Good day to you all. Welcome to the certification program of HCSC VMS operators. In this certification course, we will introduce how operators use control client in details. Now, let's get it on. First, double-click the Hack Central control client and wait for seconds. You will see the login page like this. For the first time login, please tap the server address and check the port number. So the port number by default is 80. And type your username and password. And also we have some other options, remember password or auto login. Remember password means you don't have to type the password once again when you log into the control client next time. Well, the auto login means to log in Hack Central without saying the login page for the next login. So I prefer to choose remember password. You can choose the one you need. All right, click login. For my operator demo users, it's my first time to log in, so I need to change the password. And then click login. All right, wait for the loading, and then you will see the wizard to guide you to finish the mode setting of the home page. All right, follow the navigation, click next, and home page icon, and you can set the control panel like this. So click the cameras maybe, right? And finish. All right, click save. So this is the home page with visualization mode, but if you do not prefer this, for example, I prefer the menu mode, then you can click the switch. All right, so let me introduce the menu mode first, and then we will talk about how to create the visualization homepage, okay? First, let me introduce the menu on left. Monitoring is for you to check live video files of the cameras. Alarm center is for you to check and acknowledge the alarm information of the cameras and other resources. By the way, you can edit the name if you don't like it. For example, I prefer monitoring. Instead of the surveillance. All right, so you can tap the name you prefer for each module. Investigation, video search. You can search video segments of the NVR cameras here. And if you need to search the historical events and alarms, click the event and alarm search. And evidence module provides the management of evidences and files that are linked with evidences. Maintenance is for you to check the running status of the whole system. For example, the server and the online-offline status of the cameras and the operation log. We will talk about that in health monitoring part. And you may notice that we also have the store report, which means that if you have the people counting camera, the fisheye camera, or the queue analysis cameras, you can use those cameras to generate a report for further operations. All right? And also, we have some features on the tool, Arming Control, used for arming and disarming status of the resource management in the system. We will talk about that in the Alarm Center course. VS Player is the embedded player to play download files. And also we have the two-way audio, provides the function of voice talk between the control client and devices, and supports getting and playing the real-time audio on the control client. Broadcasting module provides the function of the distributing of audio content of the added device if the device has an audio output. Record tool is used to record the operations on the screens, and the recorded video will be saved on your local client. If you think the features in the tool is frequently to use, maybe Arming Control, maybe record, you can drag like this. So drag and drop on the home page, and vice versa. So if you do not use store report or the person search or evidence, you can perform like this. All right, so this is basically the logging and the basic operations. So like we mentioned at the first beginning, we said that if you prefer manual mode, you can perform like this. But if you want to have a switch, you want to try the visualization mode, we can click System and check the homepage mode. For visualization mode, the frequently used or important modules are displayed in a visual way via the control panel, and you can customize and arrange the modules on the control panel as you desired. So for the manual mode is the mode we just checked. All right, so let's try the visualization mode. Click Save. Okay, so the settings are saved, but we have to restart the control client, reboot the control client. All right. Okay, so let's try you see that the remember password is enabled when we first log in control client, so we don't have to type the username and password once again. So this is about the visualization mode. Okay, so you can set the control panel, and for one control client, you can set up to 5 control panel. All right, this is panel 1, but if you don't want this kind of layout, we can click Edit Control Panel. All right, so this is alarm monitoring, and I don't want this one, I want the map. Okay, and also some cameras. All right, East Gate. Okay, IP Dome. Okay, and not health status. And this is my control panel 1. And if you want, you can create more. So 1 camera maybe. All right. And also alarm monitoring, yes. You can also drag and make bigger size of the alarm monitoring if you have multiple alarm of information happened. And if you want to check the alarm analysis, for example, I want to know that the top 5 event or alarm categories, then I can also click Save here. All right, so this is basically how to control your control panel. All right, click Save. And if you have multiple screens connected, then you can click Open the ugly screens. So up to 4 screens can be dragged to each monitors. All right, so this is basically the visualization mode. You can choose the one that you prefer. All right, if you want to switch to manual mode, click here, homepage, and don't forget the homepage mode is in the system settings. All right, so click and have a switch. All right, this is basically the contents for the first course, login. Please stay tuned to the monitoring, live view, and playback. All right, thank you.